This is a meeting about non-duality, and non-duality is I think it's a complicated word, because a lot of people think about different things when you say non-duality. Non-duality means that everything is just one. There are no two. And when there's a living in the world of me, and it's very convincing that there's a me. Everything is in two. There's good and bad. That's the main thing you could say. But there's also time. There's before, there's after. So there are a lot of things that are two, of everything is in two. And if it's about non-duality, then there's only one. So there's only one, you could say, one thing happening at that time. There are no two things. That's only in the brain of the human who can abstract everything. So the abstraction can be that there is a good answer, there's a wrong answer, there's a good question or a wrong question. And there's good behavior, there's wrong behavior. But in fact, there's only what's happening. It's very simple and very normal. It's only the moving of the hand, or the moving of the head, or a feeling, or a building. What is shown. And when there's a me, and then when there's separation, and then there seems that there's a here and a there. So it seems like here is someone and there's someone. When there's seen that there's another person, you could say another person in the room, it seems like it's threatening, because it's as a little child, it's very important then to behave right, to get the right reaction, and to feel safe, and to behave like what is asked for. And in the beginning, it's not so much embodied, but after years, the whole survival system to maintain that good behavior, or that safety, or is embodied. So the me, or the whole survival system of the me, is not only in the mind thinking this is right or this is wrong. It's also embodied. So it's very strong and very automatic reaction from that system, trying to make things safe, to feel comfortable, move away from pain, trying to get happiness or to get success. And everybody has, of every me, every individual has his own survival system. So it seems like there are a lot of different survival systems. So there are a lot of different concepts about what is good behavior, what is wrong behavior. And it's an endless affair, because it's never ending. It's a never ending story. And when there's a me, and it's seen that it's not really working, what's going on in your life, the whole system, then there can be a search. There can be a search of success or money or power. But when people are maybe more sensible, it's a search for maybe trying to be a better person. Or in this case, searching for non-duality, or looking how can I get rid of the me, or how can I lose the me. The funny thing is that there is already no me. So there's already nothing wrong. But when there's a me, there's always a thinking, and not only a thinking, but a very, very strong belief that there's something wrong. And when there's something wrong, there's a huge drive to make it right, and to make it right, and to behave like, oh, what is the best thing to do? So that's a very strong mechanism, and when there's talked about there's no me, then that seems that's the solution, that's the goal where we are wanting to go. The funny thing is what I just said, that there already is no me, and there is of course nothing wrong. It's only in the mind, and only in that whole system and that whole me story, you could say, that there can be something wrong. It's just very simple. It's just what is happening. And when there's no me, it's also very obvious that nothing is happening. It's not real. The whole story of me, the whole behaving of all those bodies, it's real and unreal in the same time. So there's nothing really happening. It's only, you could say, a mirage. It seems to happen, and that seems very important. All circumstances and body sensations, it seems very important to do something with that. It doesn't matter. It's already complete. Everything is already complete, and that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean that everything is complete in the world of me and perfect in the world of me. Is like there's no pain, there's only happiness. What I mean with complete is that there's nothing wrong. So it's as it is, it's perfect. And that's, for the me, it sounds strange, because for the me, it's always like, oh, there's something not right yet, and I'm nearly there, or I want to make it right, or it's very important that there is happening this or that, or the health of the body is very important. You could say life that doesn't care about the bodies of individuals. It's just life. It's the same as in nature. There can be a tree and there can be something falling off of the tree. That's it. And that's the same with the bodies of the people. There can be an illness or an accident or pain. That's just what's happening. And the strange thing is, when there's no me, then there's also now how can you say, no being busy with, oh, is this right or is this wrong? So that doesn't happen anymore. So when there's pain, there's just pain. And it's not only there's pain, but it's pain and it's in the same time there's no pain. So nothing is really important. There is not Rose who doesn't have a me. There's also no Rose. It seems there is a body, but that's it. There's a face looking at you. That's it. Nobody in it. And it's an apparent face. It's there and it's not. And it's not real. It's only apparently real. For me, that's incomprehensible. And that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you don't understand. So we can talk about this. Okay. Oh, and also I forgot to say that there will be a live meeting in Amsterdam in 2 weeks. Yeah, in I think it's the 27th of September in Amsterdam in Rose. You can see it on my website. We do a live meeting again. So, and please let me know if you want to come, because there's a limitation about I think there for how many people can come because of the corona. So please let me know if you want to come. Okay, there's a chat. I see. What's the difference between planning and a me planning? I find myself making plans for leaving my apartment and being stressed about it. Is it any different after the realization of no me? Yeah, planning just happens. And that's the same with everyone. Just planning happens. But when there's a me, it's so convinced that then that individual is doing it. So it seems that all the decisions are very important. The thinking about what is the best to do, that's very important to think about that. The strange thing is that has no influence at all. But the stress is about thinking I can do the wrong thing. I can do it. I have to do it right, and maybe this is not right or that's not right. That what's happening is happening. That's the same. It's not different here as every other body. It's the same. What's happening is just happening, apparently. And what's the only thing that isn't there is a lot of thinking about this is, oh, should I do this? Or maybe then there can be a thinking about, oh, what shall I do? Da, 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 da. But when it's going differently, then it's going differently. So what? And it can be sometimes a moment like, like this. Well, that's it. And then there's something else happening. So it's not like that it's all the time like, oh, it's okay, this is happening, oh, that's okay. There can be anger or a moment of frustration or anything. So in that sense, it's the same, but there is no thinking and about, I did it wrong or had to do this right, or that whole circus about what's the best thing to do, and the thinking and the thinking that what the thoughts are is really important, that you have to, that the thinking is, how can you say, the thinking is making it happen. Because you think this and that, I have to do it, oh yeah, I decide to do that and that. And you think that's important because then it will happen like that. That thinking of that the decision and what's happening there is no connection. There's no connection. It's just happening, and it can be the same. That's why it seems very convincing. And if it's not the same, you think, oh, I did the wrong thing. It's just happening for no one. There's already no one. So no wrong, no right. Another check. So there's not just no separate me entity here, but it has no kind of entity anywhere at all. Yeah, that's it. There is no different identity. There's no one inside. You think there's a body, and inside the body, or my body, because that's also a big thing, there is someone in it, and there's an identity. You think, oh, I am like this and that, and we are maintaining. There's a lot of maintaining of that identity that costs a lot of trouble. There's no one inside. There's nothing inside. There's nothing going on. There's just body. And it's only an apparent body. It's there and it's not. So nothing is really happening. So nowhere to go. Nowhere. Nothing to be changed. Thinking about, oh, this is not right, or this is moving not the right way, or it's not looking good. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with what's happening. It's just what's happening. That's it. And the human brain can abstract everything. So it seems like all those thoughts about you, but most thoughts are about you or about other persons. It seems that's the most important part of, that's the whole day busy going on with that. It has nothing to do with just life, just what's going on. And what's going on, like moving or biking or sitting, it's already there. So in that sense, there will be no change. Of course not. It's already happening. The only difference is that that whole circus about what's right and what's have to do and da-da-da-da-da, that's not coming up anymore. There can be some thoughts, but they fall away. That's it. Nothing to maintain. It's very easy because everything is just happening in a certain way. So it's not because I do it or somebody else. It's just happening, apparently, also. So nothing is real. It's just energy. Energy in certain forms, body forms, cup coffee. Very simple. And the funny thing is that when there's a me, it seems like that what's happening in that body and in that personality or identity or what you say is very important. So you're busy with that all day, like, oh, what is important to do? Oh, shall I do this? Oh no, I shouldn't have done that, or things like. It's being busy all day. It can be. It's also life happening in those thoughts. But it's no importance, of no importance at all. Life is just going on already. An attitude. Life is just energy. But energy isn't real either. Yeah, that's it. It's apparently. Everything is apparent. There's nothing. There's nothing and there is everything, of course. But it's apparently everything. So nothing is real. No. That's the freedom. Nothing is real. Whoa. Anything can happen. So what? Then there can be pain. There's no escape also. It's not about, oh, then there's only happiness or something like that. There's everything. So there can be pain and anger and a feeling of discomfort, anything. Of course, that's the same. But there's no one trying to change that. That's it. So there's no escape. And the me is trying to escape and like, oh, I don't want that. So what is it? What is it? And I'm going to find it. And maybe it's there's no me and it's going to find it. And then, oh, it's this. It's already this. It's that body. It's everything. It's just this. Oh my God. It's never have been different than that. That's the amazing thing. There's nothing, when there's no me, suddenly you could say, that didn't happen, of course, because it was already like that. That's in a way, it's also a laughter. It can be also a bit disappointing, but because all your life you have been busy with looking for it, and then suddenly, oh my God, this is it. Oh. So all that looking and that searching and that money you paid for it and anything, oh my God. And a relief, it can be a relief. And the funny thing is, there can't be anything wrong. So asking questions can't be wrong. So whatever question there is, of course it's the right question. It's just what's asked. That's just asking. So something saying can't be wrong. It's just something saying. And it can be anything, but nothing is wrong, of course. That's huge.
Another chat.
Oh, another chat. Oh, yeah. It's a pity that it's so simple. There's nothing left to do. It's so simple, but it's also very easy and it doesn't cost any energy, of course. Nothing to look for. But for me, it can be very threatening because the whole search, the whole investment to be an identity and to be someone, that is threatened. So it can be that me doesn't want that. It wants to survive, they want to search. So they make something different of what is said. Sometimes. And sometimes it's hurt, and it can be a relaxation, and it can also be fear. Anything can happen. It's a big longing for this simple, but it can also be a fear. It can be very strong. It's okay. It's so hard to accept that nothing is wrong when there's so much suffering in the world. Women and children are being abused, for example. You see the world as something real. When there's, this is everything, this room where you are in, the computer, anything, that's what is happening. And because we are so able to abstract anything, you can see outside that there's an outside. Or you believe that there's an outside. There is, of course, no outside. There's no inside. There's just this. This is everything. So when you're talking about anything what is happening over in the world, there is no world. It seems that there is a world, and we are so busy with being there are other countries and there's happening this and other people and anything. There's nothing, there is no world, there's nothing happening. This is everything. This is everything. The room, what you see, what you feel, not what you feel, what is felt. That's it. There's always a hope that we will fall away, but to understand that that hope blocks it. No, it doesn't block it. It's just hope. It's just the looking for something. Nothing is blocking it. It's already there. So, but it's a fascination of looking, of trying to find it, and hope is one of the things that makes it the search go on. When there's hope, you think it will gonna happen one day, maybe. And there's no hope. Bang, it's there. And it's just what's happening. It's not, so that's, sometimes there is some falling away of some, those awakening moments. And that can be really a freedom because it's so different as what anything would happen before. But when it's just now me and it's just there, you could say, it's very normal. So it's not the whole day a feeling of freedom or a feeling of oneness or all those things. It's just, yeah, feeling maybe, I don't know, feeling pain in the toes or just sitting or moving. And there can be a subtle joy, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle. And there can be a lot of other things too, a lot of feelings just happening. It's the same. It's the same. So it's now not the most of the time looking for no me is because you want to get rid of all those suffering and maybe some feelings or anything. The suffering in then there's nothing wrong, that will end. That suffering will end, yeah. But the feeling in the body or the pain or there can be a body, this is a body which is can be very tense, was very tense. So the relaxation can be very painful. Anything can happen. So it's very different. All those bodies are different. So it's not, in a sense, a better life. No. And that's, you're looking for a better life, but it's not a better life. It's just life. And it seems like a lot of thoughts are blocking things. But thoughts are just thoughts. It's just an energy reporter. That's it. With no power. So thoughts are just thoughts. Thoughts of hope. Well, it can be thoughts of hope. That's it. But the belief and that strong search and that energy, that's the drive. That's the motor, you could say. It's not the thoughts that are the blocking. It's just the drive that's really strong to survive. And it uses thoughts to maintain that. The me can't hear, this is already it. This, the way the body is, how it's going, the circumstances. The circumstances also seem very real, like, oh, this is happening to me and I'm in a job and that's not going on, or things like that. Circumstance is also energy. It's there, it's not in the same time, it's not real. So, and then there's different circumstances. Nothing is important, but everything seems so real and solid and important to make your life work. It's just life, and circumstances is just energy. It's there and it's not in the same time. Oh, long chat. I might have remembered this wrong. Oh, but I think you said in another meeting that when the me fell away, you didn't know what other people were feeling anymore, which was something we had been busy with all before. Could you say more about that? Yeah, in the story, you could say I was very well in, I did the aura reading thing. So I could, when I was sitting with other people, I immediately felt what's going on there. Yeah. I felt, and it's sometimes, it's just the feel, what is still there, it's just when there are feelings, it's just happening in the room. It's not the feeling of somebody else or my feeling, it's just happening in the room. And sometimes somebody feels it, and sometimes it not. I don't know how it happens, but there's not a feeling in the body, it's just a feeling in space. So there can be feelings, there can be a sense of sadness, and there's no knowing, is it here in this body or is it in that other body? It doesn't matter. There's a feeling of sadness, that's it. And then it's something else. But when I was there, I thought, I can feel the feelings of somebody else, because I thought I am here and there's somebody else, and I wanted to help other people to feel their feelings, or how do you say verwerken, to process them, anything like that. I was a lot of involved in personal growth, but it's always about there's something wrong, and that there's somebody else there, over there. There's no one. There's just feeling somewhere in space. It doesn't matter that when there's sadness, then there's sadness. So what? When there's sadness, there's a lot of what I had, but I think there are a lot of people are the same as that. A lot of individuals are the same as that. That there's also a trying to know where it comes from, what it has to do with, what did I do before? Did I eat the right thing? Or, oh, that's because I was saying that to that person, or maybe my mother, it's a remembering of things that happened in my childhood. I was busy with that the whole day. Now, when there's sadness or anything, it's not coming. There's still a trying to know where it's from, but there's no knowing. There's no knowing. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Then there's sadness, or there's other feelings I don't even know how to name them. There are certain feelings you don't know how to say it. It doesn't matter, and that's going on. That can be there. So what? It's not my feeling, it's just happening. It's just an energy. So what? No, thank you. That's the simplicity. You always think you have to explain everything. It's like how do you say, defense and attack mechanism. It's also, it can be a defense mechanism that always you have to explain why this is happening, of because of that, and maybe I did something, and explaining, and oh my God, that's huge. And when that's falling away, that wow, that's very much relaxing. There's no reason. There's no consequence. There's just what's happening. Hi. Hi, Rose. I fully resonate with you. When me just goes, it is. But mental habits are strong. They can be habits. They can be habits. Yeah. But it's an energetic, how do you say? No, it's an embodied energetic thing. So it's very much embodied. So there can be the beliefs and the concepts can be doubted, like, oh no, that's not the right thing, of we are okay. There are a lot of books written about we are okay and everybody is okay and nothing needs to happen and things like that. But there's something beneath there is so strong that there's still something wrong. I was already a long time before this all happened, you could say. There was already a lot of knowing there's no right or wrong or things like that. But there's still in the behavior or something like, oh, I was looking at my face and I thought, oh, it's not very much relaxed or it's not very softened. So maybe I can do something to relax more or to, how can I do that? And then I was sitting there and there was something like talking like this. Oh, I thought, oh, see, it's not still there because when there's no me, it's just flowing. And all that sort of things. There were so many things I believed it will be like that. It will be simple, but it's just, everything is just going. So there can be not like this, or there can be when you sit there and you think like this, oh, there's still something going on. So it's not yet there because when there's no me, that will not happen anymore. So there's so many things that are so normal to you that still seems to happen. And then suddenly there's nothing wrong. And there was no me. It's not coming up. It's not like, oh, it's okay. The doubt is not coming up anymore. That's the difference. It's very small, you could say, but in the same time, it's huge because that was happening all the time, and then suddenly it didn't happen anymore. But in a sense, I didn't notice because it was like there's something falling away, and I don't even know what it was. It was just huge, and then everything was very clear, but in the same time, I couldn't say what was falling away. And sometimes the doubt did come up, but that fell away. There was nothing going on, picking it up, you could say. So after a while, even that was falling away, or didn't come up. It wasn't falling away, it didn't come up anymore. And it happens all the time, because then when there's some concepts and they are not there anymore, it just doesn't come up anymore. And when people ask you, hey, how is it about that? And you think, oh, no, it's not happening anymore. Oh, I totally forgot. It's the same thing. So it's not a manner of living, because when there's a me, there's always being looking for what is the best way, in a sense, or what can I do or not do, or that's the only tool that there seems to be. And this is not about tools, of course. There's no need for tools because everything what's going on, that's it. It's everything. Mm.
There is a chat.
No, I did see it.
Sorry.
we are so convinced that when you see a body, you make an image of how it seems like there's a head, you see a head, and then the mind, the brains can make that there's a whole person and there's someone in it and there's just a face. And it seems there's a face, and then suddenly you're looking to the left and there's no face anymore. There's just a tree. That's it. That's everything. So then there's not there that there is a face. There's only, maybe there's a face, and then there's a feeling of something inside. You think something, maybe your toes, something like that, you could say. Then there's just toes pain, tooth pain. And you see the face, so you think inside that face there are teeth, and then pain is there. It's just only the pain somewhere. So it's there and it's not there. So the pain is there and it's not there at the same time. Nothing is real. Everything is only apparently real. So you see a face, but in the same time it's not there. There's no solid body. There's only face. There can be watching a door. That's it. And then you touch it. You think, oh, I touch it, and then it's solid. But the touching, the feeling, the sense which is there, that's it. It's not solid. It's just a sense, something in space. In space. Yeah. So there are no two things touching, there's only one, that sense. So there's no person going on with everything, there's just everything, and that can be tooth pain or a face or a coffee. And it's the same importance. Nothing is more important than something else. There can be coffee, and there can be pain, and there can be walking. It's the same. But when there's a me, everything is happening around me and my body and my life. So everything seems like a center of seems like the center, and everything is moving towards that. So that's the most important. Have to be busy with all day. There is no center. There is only an apparent body. There can be happening and movement. So that's it. That's everything. Thank you, Yuta. Thank you so much, Rose. Thank you, Yuta. Even the talking and what is said is not important. It doesn't matter. Because there's nothing to learn, there's nothing to reach. It's already the way it's moving. That's the love. That's unconditional love. That's just moving, or that face, or the coffee. That's it. Everything is unconditional love, of course. There's nothing excluded. Everything is it. That's the unconditional part. It's everything. Another chat. Is the misunderstanding that there first must be an experience of the disappearance of me? Yeah. You think that's an experience? Yeah. That's a certain feeling, or maybe you know, oh, now there's no me anymore, or something like that. You wait for some feeling, some knowing, something. You wait for something. There will not be something because it's not happening, because there is already no me. So it's not about something happening, it's something is falling away. But you can't do that, of course. You can't do the getting rid of something. It's falling away. And in the same time, that seems like, oh, I have to wait till it's falling away. Oh, it's amazing how every word can be heard like, oh, there has to happen something. Because the me can't hear in some way, and sometimes it's heard. Oh, and sometimes it's not heard, and there's something like, the me is already there. It's everything. It's already there. I can't understand that. I don't feel that. Well, that's like that. Then it's like that. That's how it happens. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. That's also what is happening. So it's not about realization, there's no me. No, it's not like that. It's about falling away. It's about loss. It's about loss, you could say. It's dying. There's something that died. But it's not really died because it was an illusion. It was not there. So how can you understand that? It's not about understanding. It's about something else. It's underneath. It's an energetic thing. Then suddenly it's, oh, 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 yeah. Huh? How could I not see that? Amazing. That's what one of the thoughts there were here. How can anybody see this set that simple? It's so simple. How can we be so involved in trying to make things happen? And it's this. It's already this. So how can you not see it? But it's like that. It's the most simple thing, and it has been like it's has been like that. Oh, it has always been like that. So there's nothing changing. There's nothing lost. There's nothing. There's no better life. It's just the same. Life is going on for no one, but it was already for no one. So this can't be understood. This is crazy. And somewhere there's something. Yeah. Thank you for joining.